How are you again? With you, Miss Mayada. We will learn lesson 11, which is talking about higher, faster, and further. By the end of the lesson, you will be able to use comparative and superlative form adverbs to discuss animals. Also, you are going to answer questions about extraordinary animals. Let's start. I need you please to think of an extraordinary animal. Any animal which is special, does something special also. So you can think about and tell me any unusual or surprising facts you know about these extraordinary animals. So I'm going to give you time and think of an animal which is or which makes extraordinary things. Start. Did you find any animal? Do you know anything about it? Okay, let me tell you my piece of information about some animals. One here about pandas. What's extraordinary thing about panda? Pandas don't have particular sleeping spots. They simply fall asleep wherever they happen to be. Anywhere, any position, any sleeping spot, they can sleep. So this is extraordinary things about pandas. What else? Cows. Cows do have best friends and they become stressed when they are separated. Yes, each cow goes to different direction. They become stressed because they are best friends. Imagine. So this is extraordinary thing. About the sloth, you know the sloth? They are so slow. Yes, exactly. So this is also another extraordinary thing about the sloth. The last one, which is kangaroos. Kangaroos can't walk backwards. Yes. So we learned today a piece of information about extraordinary animals. Now, it's time to open your book, page 159, exercise number 4. We need to learn more about animals. So, here, girls, you have 6 questions about different animals. And inside the whale here, you can find the answers. So I'm going to give you some time to read the questions and try and guess to find the answers from the whale. Okay? Okay, everyone, welcome back. Now, let's try to answer these questions together and find the answers. Number one, how many hours does a koala sleep? Yes, for 22 hours a day. Imagine, most of the day, the koala is sleeping. Two, how long can a seal stay underwater? For 22 minutes, he can stay under the water. Three, how much does a blue whale weigh? The blue whale, the biggest animals in the world, the biggest sea animal in the world. So how much does it weigh? Oh my God, 180,000 kilograms. Four, how high can a dolphin jump? For 6 meters. How fast can a cheetah run? 105 kilometers per hour. Exactly, it is very fast. The last one, how long can a giant it means that huge, big tortoise live? For how long? For 150 years. So here you have extraordinary animals. Perfect, girls. Let me remind you about before starting our lesson. If you remember from the previous years, there is something which is called short adjective. We use the adjective to compare, for comparative, and for superlative. Comparative, it means that between two. Superlative, between more than two. So positive, here you have adjectives like long, tall, small. If you want to compare between two, you are going to add suffix er, two letters. Er, suffix er, it will be longer. Tall, it will be taller. Small, it will be smaller. Shorter, okay, bigger, and so on. These types are short adjectives. If you want to make a superlative between two and more than two, use suffix est to the end of the adjective. So you are going to say the longest, the tallest, the smallest. So you have comparative, longer than, taller than, shorter than, smaller than. For superlative, the longest, the tallest, the smallest. This is for short adjectives. What about adjectives like beautiful, amazing? Okay, for long adjectives, you can use more because they have two syllables. More. More what? More polite than. More helpful than. So Mary is more polite than Cindy. Tom is more helpful than Peter. So here I write more before the adjective and then the adjective and then than. For the adjectives, long ones also, but it has more than 3 syllables or more. More hardworking than the same. Okay, more good looking than. So for the comparative, we use more plus the adjective plus than. If you want to make superlative, use the most plus adjective, the most beautiful, the most helpful, the most polite, the most hardworking. This is just to remind you about adjectives. Okay, now our lesson is talking about adverbs, but with comparative and superlative. Comparative and superlative adverbs. So you are going to watch a video. It will help you get something about adverbs with comparative and superlative. I want you to watch the video, please, and take notes about anything you got from the video.
Now let's talk about making comparative and superlative sentences in English using adverbs. The first thing we need to know is what is an adverb? And we can find out if we look that adverbs are words that modify verbs. Okay, adverbs modify verbs or describe verbs. Well, how do we make adverbs in English? If you know how to make an adjective, then here's what you do. You will take an adjective and you will add the ending ly. Let's take a look at some examples. We have the adjective beautiful and we have the adjective smart. If we want to change these into adverbs, we could do it in English by adding ly, so beautifully and smartly. Now we have two adverbs that describe or modify verbs. Here are two of the most common one-syllable adverbs. Okay, so please be careful. You don't say fastly or hardly, because that has a different meaning in English. So we would use fast and hard to describe a verb, not fastly and hardly. Let's take a look at the form. So here we have Bill drives more intelligently than Bob, where instead of having is to give you a description, we now have the verb drives, so we must use intelligently. We can also say Bill drives more crazily than Bob. Please note that in adverbs we don't use the shortcut, so crazy in an adjective might be crazier, but here we will use the standard form more crazily than. In the negative form, Bill drives less intelligently than Bob. In equality, in an equal form, we could say that Bill drives as intelligently as Bob. And please note, with one-syllable adverbs, we would say Bill drives faster than Bob, not more fastly. The superlatives use the in front of the adverb and est ending. So Bill drives the fastest of all my friends, if I want to include that. Bill drives the most intelligently for the longer adverb, and Bill drives the least intelligently of them all. Please note that there is no equality degree in superlative form. Let's look now at the irregular count, non-count forms of adjective and adverbs. Good and well, bad, badly, much, many, less, few, and far do not follow the standard form. So in a comparative sentence we would say Bill is better than Bob. Coke is the best. Okay? Bill drives better than Bob. Bill drives Bill is the best driver. the word bad is not badder than, but worse than the worst. Much and many translate into more than and the most. Less becomes less than the least. Please note that when we count things, we don't say less than, but we say fewer than, the fewest. And the word far has two different meanings. When we refer to distance, we would say farther than, the farthest, but when we refer to the meaning more, as I am more advanced than you, I am further than, the furthest in this book.
Okay, do you get something from this video? Let's check now together, girls. What do you get and what I'm going to. So I need you to open your book, page 159. I need you to look at this pink box. This one. This one is talking about comparatives and superlatives of adverbs. Before we said that adverbs are words modify verbs and they end in ly, but not all. We have exceptions. Slow, slowly, okay, quick, quickly. But if you want, we normally use more and most to make comparative and superlative adverbs. More quickly, more slowly, okay? And we can use also for comparative more. But for superlative, we use the most quickly, the most slowly, okay? So here fast, you have a table. Some comparative and superlative adverbs end in er and est. Er for comparative and est for superlative. What's the adverb? Fast. Okay. For two, can we say fastly as the video mentioned? No, we can't say. But if we want to compare between two, you can say faster. So the turtle, for example, or the rabbit walks faster than the turtle. What about superlative? The fastest. You have to write that, the fastest. Long, longer, longest. High, higher, highest. But we have here another comparative and superlative adverbs which they are irregular. It means that completely change. Well, if I want to compare between two, it will be better. I can say, I have to study well. This is adverb, well. If you want to compare, you have to say, I have to study English better than before. For superlative, the best. My mother cooks the best food ever. Badly, it will be worse for comparative. For superlative, the worst. Far, it will be further for comparative. For superlative, the furthest. Much, it will be more for comparative. For superlative, the most. Can you think please now and give me one sentence for comparative and one another sentence for superlative? So this table shows us positive adverbs. If you want to make negatives, you have to make like that. Sound doesn't travel as quickly as light. Doesn't travel, not. This is for negative. Okay, clear? Let's move on to practice more. Open your book, page 159, exercise number 3. Under the books of Use English, okay? Here you have an exercise. We need to complete the sentences with the correct comparative or superlative adverb. Compare between two, or you make superlative. So number 1 is already done. Sweden and Hungary have done best in the men's modern pentathlon. So they are the best countries, or okay, the best ones in the men's modern pentathlon. So this is superlative. Best. Best. 2. Athletes can throw the javelin, then the discus or the shot put. So you are talking here about javelin. Compare it with discus or shot put. And you can throw the javelin what? Which adverb here is matching with this sentence? Well done. Yes, it's a further. Further is comparative from adverb far. Far, further. Further than, because you have then, comparing. 3. Cheetahs run, then lions or leopards. Cheetahs run, then. You have also then. Lions. And you have run. So which adverb here do you think? Yes. Fast. But here between two, comparative, cheetahs and lions, that's why faster than lions or leopards. Leopards don't run as lions or cheetahs. Here you have negative. Don't run. Don't run. Okay, yes, the same fast, but here you have as, so similar to each other. As fast as. 4. The bird that lays the. Can you see word the? So this is for superlative. Egg is the ostrich. So how big is the ostrich egg? So it is the largest. So the bird that lays the largest egg, which bird? It's ostrich. The largest egg, okay? It lays eggs much than, comparative, you have than. So it will be here larger than. Perfect, guys. Let's go. It's time now to open your activity book, page 134, exercise number 4. You have a table and we need to complete this chart. Here you have the first column, adverb. I run fast. What is the adverb here? Perfect, yes, it's fast. 2. I didn't wait long. Where is the adverb here? Long. 3. I jumped high. Where is the adverb? Exactly, high. So number 1 again, fast. We said it's the adverb. Describe what? Modifies what? Modifies run. Verb. And long modifies also the verb, wait. And high modifies the verb, which is jumped. We need now to use comparative. Omar runs. Now I compare between I and Omar. Two. I and Omar. So Omar runs. I will take fast the adverb. For comparative, it will be faster. For superlative, it will be fastest. Zach runs the fastest. So I run fast. Omar runs faster than me, but Zach runs the fastest one. Can you please have a look now to number 2 and 3 and try to find the comparative and superlative form of adverbs. From number 2, long, and number 3, high. So what are the comparative form and what are the comparative superlative? Yes, so long, it will be longer for comparative. So you waited longer than me. So this is here comparative form of adverb. But Emin waited the longest. The longest. 3. I jumped high. You jumped higher than me. But Omar jumped the highest. Exactly. Well done. Now I want to make sure that you understand whatever today from our lesson. So I need you to do this the same page 134 in the activity book. Here you have exercise 5. You need to complete the sentences with the adverbs in the correct form. Here, girls, you have example. This example will help you. Here you can find between brackets adverb far. Far. So number 1, athletes can throw the discus, then the shot put. You have then. So this is comparative. What's the comparative from far? Further. Yes. But they can throw the javelin the. You have the farthest. Furthest here is the superlative form of far. With the same way, you have number 2 quick, number 3 high, number 4 easy, number 5 long. Okay, so I need you to change them and complete with the correct form of comparative or superlative adverbs. Thank you very much. Waiting for your homework. See you later, girls. Bye.